A fifth declaration in the race to succeed Boris Johnson. Straight to Rob Powell at Westminster. And this, Rob, is the Transport Secretary, Grant Shapps. Perhaps somewhat of a surprise, is it?
It is, but then at the same time, actually, Grant Shapps, out of everyone that has declared so far, and even a lot of the people that may well declare in the future, is one of the more experienced candidates in terms of time spent in government, time spent as a minister. He's, of course, Transport Secretary at the moment, but he also served extensively under David Cameron as well. He has said in what appears to be comments that he's made to the Sunday Times newspaper for tomorrow that he wants to stand to bring back a more sort of traditional approach to Conservative government. So he said his immediate priorities would be to cut personal taxation. Now, he doesn't directly have a dig at Boris Johnson, but he does make, I think, some pretty critical comments where he says that the last couple of years have been tactical government by a distracted centre. And he says that the government now needs to be more strategic and not just chasing the next headline. I think the reason why people, though, and you're right, will find this a little bit surprising is that maybe Grant Shapps, whilst has been quite a sort of loyal ally to Boris Johnson, someone that kept the spreadsheets and did the numbers in his 2019 leadership bid, when there was the vote of no confidence in Boris Johnson 3 or 4 weeks ago, I think he said that he got the exact tally right, or was maybe one out when he was calculating who was going to back the Prime Minister and who was going to vote against the Prime Minister. So I think maybe he's been someone that is seen almost more as a kind of loyal sidekick, if that doesn't sound too derogatory towards him, rather than someone that in and of himself has a sort of political power base or personality in and of himself. So I think the big question for Grant Shapps over the next 2 weeks is whether he can garner enough parliamentary support, whether he can get enough of his fellow MPs to back him, to put him in the top spot. Grant Shapps is also someone that was frequently sent out during Boris Johnson's premiership when, bluntly, the PM was in a tight spot. He was someone that would appear in interviews to defend the Prime Minister, often seemingly defending the indefensible. All of that said, he is, I think, one of the better communicators that Boris Johnson put out there, someone that was pretty skilled at saying sometimes not a lot in interviews. So I think on paper a credible candidate. The difficulty is going to be, though, I think, whether he can generate that level of support that is going to be needed to take him forward in the rounds, out of the MPs round and into the round where Conservative members will vote. He has, of course, been in the headlines and in the media quite a bit recently as Transport Secretary with the rail strikes. He has adopted a noticeably punchy tone towards the RMT and towards the rail unions. But yes, another entrant, the fifth entrant to this race. I think there will probably be more, probably even before this weekend's out.